Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the STEM Digital School. This is grade 4 Natural Sciences and Technology. Right, so guys, today we are starting with a new topic, right? So just gather up your textbooks, notebooks, pens, pencils, highlighters, everything that you're going to need, yeah? Just gather it up and we can start with the lesson. I can see in the group, you guys are asking about the assessment as to where you can get the assessment. As I have mentioned, that you can get hold of the assessment from the website. Okay, so just use the link on the email that was sent to you via the school, and you can get hold of the assessment for today. I'm not sure which subject it is, but yeah, just whatever subject that you guys are writing today, then just ask your teacher, then they will assist you further. Okay, right, so let's get into the business of the day. Energy and energy transfer. So this is under the topic of, okay, guys, let's focus next. let's focus. Let's focus. Let's go to energy and change. That can just turn into energy and change in your textbooks. Energy and change. And then we're going to look at the subtopic, energy and energy transfer. All right. Energy and energy transfer. Okay, so hope everyone is there. So that's it's under term 3. Okay, it's under term 3, and we can get right into it. Right, so energy for life. My first question to you guys is, what is energy? And remember, guys, do not switch on your videos. Right? You can raise your hand, you can type in the group chat, and we will take it from there. Okay, I see Menin there, and so his hands are up. Let's start with Menin there. Talk to me, Menin.
Hi, ma'am.
How are you?
How are you today? I'm good, and you?
I'm well, thanks. I'm awesome.
Ma'am, I asked you learning more about energy. Well, energy is something that you cannot see or touch. It's almost like wind. But we know when energy is there by when the trees start shaking
All right.
and the wind is blowing. And
Okay,
most of the
so
things will be working once energy is there. We will still have lots of energy because we'll be running around most of the time, just like my little brother. He has a lot too much. You go from this place to that place, especially on the couches, he'll jump on it.
So he has a lot of energy.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Venetia. So Venetia says that energy is like the wind. All right. We cannot touch it. And yeah, but we know when it's there. You know when the energy is there. So let's hear Zoe. What is energy? Guys, videos off. Please, ne?
Hello, ma'am.
How are you, Zoe?
Fine, thanks, and you, ma'am?
I'm well, thanks.
So, ma'am, energy is something that helps keep the world and the universe in motion. So, if there was no energy, there would be no planet, and there would be nothing. There would be no sun and no solar system.
Wow. Okay, that's a very interesting definition of energy. Thank you very much, Zoe.
Welcome, ma'am.
Awesome. All right, so let's hear what Tyrant has to say. Tyrant?
Energy is what you feel and allows you to run, play games, and other things.
All right, so Tyrant says that energy is what we feel and allows us to do all other things. Thank you very much, Tyrant.
You're welcome.
Awesome. Okay, then we have Jace. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Yes, Jace. Okay, Jace. You do need to accept on your side.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You keep on changing your name every day. All right. What is energy?
Ma'am, it's like when you run outside and then you get tired.
All right. So when you run outside and you get tired, that means you have used up energy. Okay. Thank you very much. You're done. Yes, I'm taking the last hand, which will be Awande. Awande, what is energy?
Energy is it's like when you are doing work.
Oh, right. Wow. Energy is when you are doing work. Thank you very much, Awande. Beautiful. Okay, so we've had various definitions of energy, and in all your guys' definitions that you've given me, or rather your understanding of what energy is that it is something that is used, right? So we heard someone saying that you can't touch it, you can't see it, but it's there. Others are saying that you run around and you get tired, it means that you have used energy. Others say that the universe, rather, or the earth wouldn't have any existence if we did not have energy. Okay, so guys, here is a simple definition for energy: the ability to do work. Okay, so energy is the ability to do work. You guys can write it down in your exercise books, or you can just underline in your textbooks. I'm sure the definition of energy is there, and you guys should know it. No? Energy is the ability to do work. All right. Okay, so what we're basically saying is that energy is needed to make something happen, right? So we were given examples of walking or playing outside. I think Karen also gave us examples that we need energy to do work, if I'm not mistaken. The work would be even sitting by your computer or by your phone and attending this class. You need the energy. We're given an example of a younger sibling running around and climbing couches, etc. Energy is required for those things to happen. Okay, so all living things or all living beings require energy to do work. Okay. Okay, so we have an example here that is saying that energy is used when we go play outside after school or even during break. Right, so here we have just a nice picture of kids playing ligusha. I don't know if you guys know it, but yeah. And in order to do that, energy is required. Okay, so I see a hand, and Malik says energy is something you can build by running and work out. Okay, so when you run and work out, we are building strength, but we are using energy. Okay, all right, so let me take the hands, and guys, as I am taking the hands, just indicate for me if I can move on. Remember, all videos should be off. Indicate for me if I can move on to the next slide, please. Use the yes and no buttons on participants. Manager? Okay, seems like I can't unmute you, Manager. I don't know why. Sorry?
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, bo.
Ma'am, I have a question.
All right, cool.
When is the test?
And the test is on the 23rd. That is Thursday.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, cool.
Ma'am, I also want to tell you where I learned that the the whole universe needs energy.
All right. Where did you learn it from?
Ma'am, so me and my sister, we watched this show on Da Vinci Kids, and then so they were talking about um Einst- Einstein's famous equation E equals mc squared.
All right. So you even know Einstein's equation. Wow.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow.
And
You're
ma'am,
very,
the
very
M,
good.
ma'am, and the M
Mm-hmm.
is for math, and the E is for energy.
Oh, wow. That is amazing. You should continue watching those educational shows, Nick.
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. Okay, so I see Zoe 2. All right. So we have Zoe 1 and Zoe 2. All right, cool. Let me hear. Zoe,
Hi, ma'am.
how are you?
Good, and you?
I'm good, thanks.
I also wanted to say that energy is also from electricity because,
All right. So energy can also be in a form of electricity.
yes, ma'am,
All
because like
right.
when we charge our laptop, phones, and all sorts of things, we use energy to charge them so that they could be filled up so we can use them.
All right. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you very much for sharing that, Nick.
Right, ma'am?
All right. Okay. Guys, can I move on? Is everyone done with the slide? Can I move on? Okay, Kate, let me take your hand and then we're moving.
Ma'am, I
Yes.
wanted to say, where are we going to write the test?
Okay, you're going to write the test at home next. So you're going to download it on the website and then write it at home. So your guardians or parents, whoever's around, is going to give you a limited time to write it, and then you guys will email it back to me and also mark it at home.
Okay, ma'am, it's my parents.
Okay, no problem. Then they will do that next.
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. Okay, cool.
Bye.
Bye-bye. No, not bye, Kate. We're in class. You can't say bye. All right, cool. Let's continue. So we have already established that energy is the ability to do work. Yeah? And everything that happens, or rather for anything to happen, energy is required. Okay. We use energy for everything that we do. We need energy to carry out all our life processes. You guys remember the 7 life processes? You guys remember the 7 life processes that we dealt with when we're looking at living and non-living things? Okay, so I see Jace has Jordan has their hand up. Jordan,
Yes, ma'am.
your hand is up.
Um, ma'am,
Mhm.
where do we get the test?
From the website. So guys, the test issue, I will address it on Thursday. All right, so don't worry about the test right now. As long as you studied and you're good, that's all that matters. Right? We'll talk about it on Thursday.
Okay, ma'am. That's all I wanted
Awesome.
to ask.
Okay, no problem. Okay. Meninja? Okay, here's the slide, Michaela. Just so Michaela just requested that we go back. Guys, I asked the question, the 7 life processes. Can you guys please name them for me? Just saying yes is not really helpful. So I'll need you
Ma'am,
guys to name them
it's
for me.
Minenka.
Okay, yes, Melinda?
I can give you the 7 life processes.
Okay, please give them to me.
Okay, feeding,
Feeding.
reproducing,
Uh-huh.
excreting, moving, sensing, growing, and breathing.
All right, beautiful. So guys, I hope you all remember those 7 life processes because they are very important to note. Okay. So Michaela, I am moving on now. All right, so as mentioned, it's movement or moving, reproduction, sensing, breathing, feeding, excretion, as well as growth. So guys, as we said that we require energy for everything we do. So even pressing that raise your hand button on your Zoom, that requires energy because you moved your fingers to actually click the button. Okay. So this cartoon says that so you mean even when I do a handstand, I'm using energy? Most definitely, guys. Everything, every life process that you partake in requires energy. Okay. Like a focus. Okay. So here we have examples of breathing. Someone who is swimming, they also need to breathe as they are swimming. And then this picture here on the right is moving. And here we see a cow with a calf. And that is just indicating to us a process of reproduction. So it has reproduced. And on the left, the right, bottom right, we see a bee. I think it's getting some nectar from the flower. So it is feeding. Okay, so Malik is saying when you're walking, it's energy. Okay, so when you are walking, you require energy to do that. You require energy to walk. Okay, so you require energy to walk. Okay. All right, guys, sorry for going back. Michaela says that she is not done, and I think it's this part. So remember, Michaela, the life processes, we dealt with them when we were doing life and living. Okay, so remember when we looked at the difference between living things as well as non-living things, we had already dealt with this part. I have gone back, Michaela. Or it's not the slide that you want. Okay, so let me just talk to me, Michaela. Which slide is it? What do you need? You can also just indicate for me when you're done. Indicate for me when you're done. Guys, if you are writing and I'm going too fast, just also indicate for me. Yeah? I'll just slow down my pace. All right. Michaela, when you're done, just indicate for me. Okay. Okay, very important to note the definition of energy. It is the ability to do work, right? And we use energy for everything that we do. So in order to carry out all our life processes, we need energy. Okay. All right, Michaela, but are you done? Are you done with the slide? Can we move on? And the 7 life processes, remember I gave you that abbreviation of Miss BFIG, and I told you guys it's an easier way to remember it. You can even see it here, the MRS BFIG, and that can actually remember the 7 life processes with that. Okay, so Michaela's requesting that I go back again. Right. Michaela, the only thing that you need to know here, the only important thing is that energy is the ability to do work. Energy is the ability to do work. All right. Okay, and we move. All right, so Michaela is done. Right, so we also have another cartoon here saying, I love running around, but where do I get all my energy from? That's a very imperative question that I will ask you guys. I hope you guys didn't see that. Where do you think we get our energy from? Where do you think we get our energy from? Where do you think we get our energy from? I need hands, or you guys can use the group chat to send through your answers. Okay, so I see Carol says food. Diane says the sun. Tobega says sugar. All right. Okay. Let's hear Amali. Amali?
Nutrition.
Yeah, so we get our energy from nutrition. And where do we get the nutrition from? Okay, so it seems like I lost Amali there. Let's hear from Onati. Or Toluko, I believe. Onati? Okay. So we can get Onati on the line. Zoe? Where do we get our energy from?
Ma'am, we get our energy from the food we eat.
The
And
food we eat.
some of the foods we eat have nutrition, and then that nutrition gives us energy to run around.
All right, beautiful. Thank you very much for that answer. So Zoe says the food we eat, and these foods are nutritious. So I think Caesar says sweet. Amali said from fruit. Nati says from sugar and the sun. Okay, Michaela says we get our energy from vitamin and food, etc. Okay, then Amali is arguing about the sweet one, saying that don't sweets make us sick. Okay, so let's see. So we get our energy from the food we eat. Okay, so we eat plants, right? And the food made from plants to give us energy. And we also eat the meat from animals to give us energy. Okay, so energy in our food comes from the sun. All right, and maybe you're asking, how does it come from the sun? Because I also saw someone here responded when I asked, where do we get our energy from? And they said, the sun. Okay, so we are going to look deeper into that. So plants make their own food from sunlight energy, right? Water, carbon dioxide from the air. Then the sun shines on leaves. Plants make sugar and starch foods in their leaves. The food is stored in the leaves, but it can also be stored in the plant's roots, stems, as well as seeds. Okay, so for those of you who want to write down, I will come back to the slide, and here is a plate of food showing us where we get our energy from. All right, so here we also have the different kinds of foods, which or other where we get our energy from. And okay, seems like that picture is not there. Okay, so cool guys, those who need time to write down information which is on this slide, you guys can do that now. All right, so remember, when we were looking at living as well as non-living things, we dealt with how the plants make food for themselves. Remember, we said that the plants take in the sunlight energy and they convert that sunlight energy to make their own food. All right. So remember, the plants make their own food via the sunlight energy, and the the oxygen in the air. Sorry, the carbon dioxide in the air, the water from the soil. All right, and then they release the oxygen and they have their own food. Then we have plants that eat, or rather, we have animals that eat plants. Okay, so the animals will eat the plants. After eating the plant, the energy is now transferred to the animal. All right, and when you eat the animal, you get the energy. All right, or even if you straight on eat the plant, you also get the energy. But humans get their energy from food. Okay, humans get their energy from food. Hey guys, can I move on? Please indicate for me, or do you guys still need time? Yes, Manisha? Yeah, both.
Ma'am, we mostly get most of our energy from carbohydration foods. I forgot how it's called.
Carbohydrates.
Yes.
Okay, so carbohydrates are like a food group, ne? So carbohydrates are like your bread, your maize meal. Yeah. So those are like high energy foods. Okay.
Yeah.
And you will learn more about that in grade 5. But I'm actually glad that you already know about it.
Yes, ma'am. And also protein. It gives
Proteins,
you more
and where do
inside
we
of
get
your body.
proteins? Which foods have a lot of protein?
I would say a cow.
A cow, okay. So meat has a lot of protein. All right. It was a
Okay,
nice
well,
guess. Awesome. All right.
thank you.
Sure. Okay. Okay, guys. I can't see anyone who's saying that I should still stay on the slide, so I will move on. All right. Yeah, so as I said that these are just examples of foods that contain energy. So all in all foods contain energy. All right, so we have our broccoli, mango, beetroot, banana, maize, sugar, bread, butternut, and chicken. Ooh. Right, so let's look at energy from the sun. And we're going to do a word search, all right? Instructions: complete the word search by finding the words listed below, circle them with a colored pen or pencil, and then once you have found all the words, discuss with your class what you think the word means to you. Okay. Guys, I need everyone to focus. Can you all put your hands down? Yeah? Can you all put your hands down? I need to explain how this is gonna go. All right. So let's all put our hands down. Do you have a serious question? So let me hear. Jordan, your hand is still up. And yes,
Ma'am, my
Jordan,
hand
what?
wasn't up. Ma'am, my hand wasn't up.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. Right. So we're gonna play a word search, né? So unfortunately, you guys can't exactly use your colored pen or pencil where you at, unless of course you have this textbook, the Siabula textbook, because that's where the activity is in. All right. But I need everyone to just pay attention and play, or rather play with us. Okay, so this is how it's gonna go. As you guys can see here at the top, we have B1, B2, B3, B4, B5, B6, B7, B8, B9, B10, B11, as well as B12. Okay, then we have rows, which is A1, A2, A3, A4 until 12. So what you will do is that a word is going to appear, right? Like food, and then you need to find food in the word cross, all right? In the crossword puzzle. So if I'm looking for food, I'd say that food is on B6, A1 going down, all right? And there is food. B6, A1 going down. So A1, it is the row. B6, it is the column, all right? So that is how I need you guys to answer for me, okay? So you guys can raise your hands, okay? And then if you have the answer for the next, or rather the word that appears, and then explain the word. So food, I would say that it is energy for human beings, all right? So the next word that we have is energy. Energy. Guys, we're going according to the order of the words that appear, all right? According to the order of the words that are appearing on screen. So I'm looking for energy. Who has found energy? Okay, Meninka, I see your hand is up. I hope you have energy for me. Yes, Meninka?
No, ma'am, but then I did find a movement because whenever I
Okay.
see a word search, I start looking.
Okay, we're not yet at movement, ne? Okay, just hold,
Okay.
hold, hold. Hold on with the movement one. Okay, so I see Diane says energy is A5, B10. All right, so let's see. A5, B10. Okay. Do we have anyone else? Caesar says A5. So guys, remember now, I need the A5 as well as the B, right? So Diane, let's see if you are correct. All right, there we go. So we have found energy. Okay, work. Where can we find work? Work. Okay, let's see, Kiara.
Ma'am, it's A3 to B10.
A3 to B10. Okay, so let's see if that is where work is. All right, beautiful. Thank you very much, Kiara. So what does work mean? Oh, Kiara just logged off there. All right, cool. The next word that we have is movement. Movement. So many of you guys were saying that you saw movement.
Ma'am,
Yeah, bo.
it is A1
Mm-hmm.
to B12.
A1, B12. And what does movement mean?
Movement means when you move around with your body, because you need much more energy to move around. Because if we had no energy, we would be like turtles, snails, or sloths. Yeah.
Being very slow. All right, let's see if Menenche is correct. All right, beautiful. Thank you very much. Okay, next word. Sun. The next word is sun. Where do we find sun? Okay, Zoe, I see your hand is up. Talk to me.
The word sun is by A1 to B4.
A1 to B4. And what is the sun? Or what is a sun?
A sun is a star.
All right, so it is a star and it gives us sunlight energy. All right, beautiful. Thank you very much, Zoe. Okay, so there we have sun. Next word is change. Change. Where can we find change? So I also see you guys who are answering using the group chat. Okay, I see you. I see you. Where do we find change? I wonder.
Ma'am, it's A3 to B1.
A3 and B1.
I mean A2 to B1.
All right, A2 to B1. And what does change mean? What do we mean when we say changing?
From one place to another.
All right, so from one place to another. Okay, beautiful. Thank you very much, Awande. Awesome. Okay, so let's see, and there we go. Change is on A2, B1. Right, next word that we have is light. Light. Where do we find the word light? Okay, I see Diane, your hand went up first. Talk to me.
Hello, ma'am.
How are you?
Fine, thanks, and you?
I'm
Ma'am,
awesome.
my name's actually pronounced Dane.
Oh, Dane. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, so Dane, where do we find light?
A11 to
A11?
B12. A11 to B12.
All right, so what does light mean? Or what are
Ma'am,
we
like
talking
the sun
about?
shines bright. It's like light means that something, there's like light in something.
Okay, so if something is not dark, then it is light.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Dane, thank you very much. Okay, so let's see. Yes, and that is correct. That is where we find light. Okay, and heat is the next word that we are looking for. Heat. Okay, let's hear from Zoe. I see your hand is up.
Hello, ma'am.
How are you?
Fine, thanks, and you, ma'am?
I am well, thank you. So where do we find heat in our crossword puzzle?
Ma'am, you find heat in from A8 to
Okay,
B1.
A8 and B1. And what is meant by heat?
Heat is when something is very hot or on fire.
Okay, very hot or on fire. All right, thank you very much for that definition, Zoe.
Welcome, ma'am.
Awesome. All right, let's see, the next word that we have is absorb. Absorb. Where do we find the word absorb? So, Michaela, your hand is up. Talk to me. Yes, Michaela. Okay, so we have some silence from Michaela. All right. Dane.
A12 to
A12
B9.
to B9. All right. So we also have Cherise also telling us that it's A12, B, and B9. All right, cool, awesome. So Dane, what does, or rather, what does the word absorb mean? What does the word absorb?
To adapt to something.
To adapt. Okay. Think about how the sponge, you see the sponge that you use for dishes? I think you are old enough to do dishes, right?
Yes,
When
ma'am.
you use a sponge, right, to do the dishes,
Yes.
or you put a sponge in water, what does the sponge do to the water?
Ma'am, it absorbs into the water.
Okay. Okay, think about it this way.
Ma'am. The water goes into the sponge.
All right. So you see that that process, that's what we call absorption. All right. So a sponge can absorb water. So to absorb, it means to take in or to soak up. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Awesome. Okay. So let's see. And indeed, there we have the word absorb. Okay. I think we still have two more words. Reflect. Reflect. See, Amali also says the sponge absorbs water. Beautiful, Amali. Okay, reflect. Let me see if Michaela's mic will unmute now. Okay, Michaela, seems like your mic is giving us problems. Zoe, reflect. Guys, videos off, please.
Ma'am, reflect is
Did you find reflect when you raised your hand? Okay, all right, okay, so we will give you more time next. Let me take the other Zoe. Let's ask the other Zoe to help you. All right.
yes, ma'am.
Okay. Cool. Zoe number 2. Talk to me. Where is reflect?
Reflect is by B3 to B3 to A7.
B3 to A7. So how is it going? Is it down? Is it going to the left, to the right, or is it diagonal?
Diagonal.
Diagonal. All right. So what does it mean when we say something reflects or is reflecting? What does the word mean?
It means when something is
When something is.
like a mirror. When you see yourself, or when your behavior is bad, you have to see what you can do to make it better.
Oh my goodness, wonderful. All right, thank you very much for that. Okay, so reflect. It is going diagonal from A1, B1 until A7, B7. Okay, all right. So that we have is, no, I don't think it's the last word, but transfer. 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 Where do we find transfer? Okay, Kiara, talk to me. Where do we find transfer?
Ma'am, it starts from A9 to
Okay,
B12. And it's actually
A9.
pronounced, and then it's actually pronounced Kira.
Oh, Kira. All right. Okay, thank you very much. So what do we mean when we say we are transferring something, or what does the word transfer mean?
Like, ma'am, you on your computer and your boss wants you to send something to another person that's very urgent.
Okay, so I'd be transferring something from my computer to my boss's computer.
Yes, ma'am, or someone else's computer.
All right, thank you very much. So transfer would be taking something from one place to another place. All right, cool. There we go, and there we find the word transfer. Then chain, I believe this is our last word, chain. Where do we find the word chain? So let me see if I see any new hands. Okay, Karen. Chain. Talk to me, Karen. Where do we find the word chain?
A for B2.
A4B2.
A5B3.
A5B3. Okay, so just hold on. Is it going down to the left or the right, or is it diagonal?
Down to the right.
All right, down to the right. Okay, so let us see. So it's diagonal. All right, there we go. And what do we mean, or rather, what does the word chain mean?
It's like things that are hooked together.
Okay, so things that are hooked together or intertwined.
Like a guy or whatever it's called.
It is a guy. He is. So I think you're remembering from the lesson that we had last week. All right, beautiful. So a chain, it is something that is interlocked, or that one thing depends on another thing. All right. Okay, so thank you very much for that. Okay, so guys, you do need to know every definition of all these words that are appearing on the screen right now, and just make sure that you understand all the words. All right, so we are done with our cross word puzzle, and tomorrow we'll be looking at energy from the sun. Remember, you can get the textbooks from Snaplify as well as the thunderboltskids.co.za website. Right, so these are the textbooks that I used for this lesson, and this is what we'll be doing tomorrow. Right, guys, thank you very much for joining me in class today. If you do have any questions, you can forward your email to stemdigitalschool@africateengeeks.co.za, or you can send me an email. Right, bye guys, enjoy your day further and enjoy the assessment that you have today. Right, goodbye everyone. See you tomorrow, Little. Hopefully tomorrow you'll participate.